Okay, you should have just seen from Andrea how to get individual lessons for your students based on their diagnostic results. Now we're going to take a look at how to get individual lessons for students based on how they're doing in their individual instructional pathway. So these would be more current needs of your students based on how they're doing in their everyday instruction within iReady. So to get there, I'd go to Reports, Instruction, Personalized Instruction Summary. Now, again, like most things in iReady, there are several different ways to get here, but choose your content, reading or math. We'll go down, and this is where you can take a good look to see, which we talked about in Module 1, is what students might be struggling in a domain. So in this case, you actually see this student has a domain completely shut off. If you hit the plus sign, they explain that to you in more detail. You'll also see students who might be struggling with various lessons. Again, hit the plus sign, it gives you the detail on that. And you can also look over in this right-hand column, and you can see their passing percentage, which again, the kids who are basically below 50% are generally struggling with their lessons. But if you see a kid who might be on the cusp as well, you could take a look at that student as well. But we're going to go with Alvarado here with a domain shut off. So click on the student. That takes you to their individual personalized instruction summary page. From there, you can see they tested out of these domains, struggling again with comprehension, so much so that that domain's actually been shut off. The important thing there being until you as a teacher go and intervene on, I'll say, her behalf, uh, that student will no longer receive instruction in that domain, in this case, comprehension, which is definitely something we want to make sure our students are exposed to. So if you go down here, you can see this is exactly where that domain got shut off. So the way iReady works is they'll be given a lesson. If they don't pass, give that lesson again, don't pass. Then they're given a new lesson. If they don't pass that, again, give them that lesson again, don't pass. That's when the domain gets shut down. So they're saying, okay, at this point, they've been given 4 different lessons in comprehension from 2 different sets of lessons. They didn't pass that, so the teacher needs to come in and figure out how to fix that. So if you hit the plus sign next to that shut off domain, you can do 2 things as a teacher: explore resources to intervene and get that student back on track. And then you can also turn the domain on. We don't recommend, teachers just go back and, willy-nilly turn those domains back on, or else the student might get into that same cycle of failure again. So this is really a twofold thing. Explore some resources to get again that student back on track, and then turn that domain on once they have been remediated. So we're going to go ahead and click on the explore resources. That'll take you to all the different tools for instruction that they prescribe to the student based on what's going on with their current issues in whatever domain they're in. So you can go through in there, click on that lesson. Gives you, again, the same tools for instruction we've explored in other videos. So use that with that student. Same thing. Go through and just find whatever lessons you think will most likely meet that student's needs. So, of course, they give you a whole lot of them. So hopefully you could just focus on a few of them and get that student's domain turned back on, get them back on track. And then, if they get stuck again, perhaps it'd be time to explore some further resources. But once you are done with the intervention side, that's when you can go back, click on that plus sign again, and go ahead from that point, turn that domain back on. And now that student will start receiving instruction and comprehension again, now that you've gone through and explored some different instructional tools that you could use with that student to get them back on track.